want to welcome today to our office at You've Got Made in Sterling, Mrs. Nicole Morris. She's the Executive Director at the Women Giving Back. Nicole, thank you very much for being here today. We appreciate your time. Women Giving Back is one of the very known, I will say, in our county. So thank you for being here to share all the wonderful things you do, guys. So tell me a little bit about you and what made you decide to be part of this organization?
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And thank you for your support for the community and all you do to highlight nonprofits. But Women Giving Back, we're a nonprofit. We're based in Sterling. Our facility's in Sterling, but we serve the whole greater Washington, D.C. area. But we provide clothing to women and children in crisis is our mission. Most of the women coming to us are just coming out of a domestic violence situation, are in the shelters. And the way we operate through referrals. So not anybody can just walk into our door, but they have to have a case manager or social worker that sets them up for an appointment to come get clothing. And most of the time they're starting from scratch. They're rebuilding their lives. Some of them fled in the middle of the night with nothing but the clothes on their back. So they're just starting all over. And if you ever come to our facility, it's just decorated like a high-end boutique. There's beautiful quotes and messages everywhere. It's really about the experience and bringing some normalcy back into their life so they get to come and shop for clothing for themselves and their kids without any financial restrictions. And so it's great. It's great work to volunteer. It's a great place to volunteer. It's very uplifting, and you get to meet all kinds of people. We serve about 700 women and children a month with just clothing from our facility.
Wow.
On top of that, during COVID, we started a community diaper pantry program. The cost of everything's going up.
I know.
So it's very expensive. So we're helping the community members with diapers. So they get a month's supply of diapers and they pick it up, curbside pickup. And we're serving about 500 infants a month. From that, so
thank you for doing that.
Yeah, it's a huge need, and unfortunately, we've heard situations where people are trying to stretch the diapers so that they can make it last longer, but then that affects the baby's health and diaper rashes, and it's not
skin too.
So to be able to help, kind of give some peace of mind to new parents too that are struggling to make ends meet. It's just a great way to give back to the community. But I started in nonprofit work. It was not something I had originally planned on. I used to be a property manager in the area. I managed a lot of communities here in Loudoun County, and when the economy took a hit back in 2008, a lot of my clients and residents were being evicted because they just lost their job or lost all their investments, and so it was tough. I was always trying to find resources to help them with their rent assistance, and I kind of got burnt out because to take somebody out of their home is not what I wanted to do.
Absolutely.
And so I was able to take a step back and kind of reevaluate myself. So I did end up finding an entry-level position in housing for another nonprofit. So that was very rewarding because I got to move families from shelter into housing. And so that's how I learned about Women Giving Back, is we used to refer our clients to Women Giving Back to get the clothing once they come into the shelter. So I knew of Women Giving Back. I've been to some events, but then when they started hiring employees, I was the first employee 6 years ago. And we've grown so much because it used to be me by myself, but now there's 6 of us.
So you start ED?
Yes. Oh no, I started as the operations. So I started as a part-time position.
So you started with them 6 years ago?
Yes. Yes, 6 years ago. And we've grown a lot in those 6 years. We've expanded like our programming. We do a lot of seasonal activities too. So right now we're getting ready to distribute Halloween costumes. And then we do a huge holiday gifts for kids program.
Yeah, I wanted to hear about all your event year
Yeah.
round, because you do a lot of events, and it's cool. Like it's I think it's seasonally, right? It's kind of every season.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about a little bit about your events?
Yeah, we have
Your annual.
for the client base, we have the Halloween costumes. Santa's workshop is where we provide gifts for kids. So mom gets to shop for the toys, and then she gets to take it home and wrap it. We have a prom boutique, and that's open to any high school student. We served about
that's
200
nice. That's good to
Loudon.
know.
Yeah, we served about 200 Loudon students this year from our prom boutique, because prom dresses are expensive, and you wear it.
Absolutely.
Like a
And
wedding
wear
dress,
it
you wear it
one
once.
time.
Yes, yes.
You put it in the closet.
So that's a fun one, and we get a lot of nice dresses because they're basically brand new. And then we do a lot of Mother's Day activities, and back to school supplies we wrapped up as well. And then we do fundraising events. So October we do our Top Golf. We have the whole rooftop of Top Golf at One Loudon, and so that's a fun. A lot of companies bring their whole team. It's like a team building activity as well. And then we have our famous Cinco de Mayo fundraiser.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah,
that
that was our original fundraiser. So this year was our first time back since COVID. So that was really fun. It's just a big fiesta in front of our parking lot, but you get to see the facility as well, and it's a time to engage with the volunteers, donors, and our community members. For just a fun evening. And then we have a women's empowerment luncheon in March that's sponsored by M&T Bank that puts that on for us. And then we get to be a part of a lot of events. So there's people in the community that will hold events, and then thank goodness they'll make us the beneficiary of it. And funding is our biggest need as any nonprofit. Fundraising is a huge part of what we do, and so we did get hit with a huge rent increase during COVID. So $45,000 more a year really affected us, and so we are looking for a new space. We would like to stay in Loudon, but we're looking for either land to build upon or a building that we can rehab, because we want to be able to be self-sufficient, just kind of like our clients,
Absolutely.
and we want to not have to worry about, another rent increase being hit with that. So we've been looking. Every time we see something, it goes under contract so quickly, because we need a big space. We have 13,000 square feet now, and we're busting at the seams because we are getting a lot of donations in from the community, which is great. Some of our retail partners too, like Walmart and TJ Maxx. They'll call us sometimes with some merchandise as well. Yeah. So we want to be able to have space to receive all of that when we get those calls. And then the diaper pantry program, that's taken up a huge amount of space. So yeah, we're on the lookout. So everyone can keep their eyes open for us.
Hopefully, if some of the listeners are, commercial realtors and they have something, reach out to Women Giving Back and Nicole. She's the executive director. So, we are almost by the end of the year. Any accomplishment you're planning, guys, by the end of the year? I know the event of the Top Golf and
we at the end of the year we kick off our huge year-end campaign, just raising additional funds to help support all of our costs during the year. So we're always looking for donations, any fundraiser events. We would love for the community members to also consider doing coat drives, because we do get a lot of refugees that come into the country that don't have any winter gear. So we go through coats pretty quickly in the winter. We did help support a lot of the Afghan evacuees recently too.
Thank you for doing that.
We're to help, and just grateful to be in a community where it's so accepting to help, to open our arms for other people that are looking for a safe place to be and work, so.
Yeah. Do you apply for grants, Nicole, also? Okay.
Yes, we
so
apply
that's
all the
so
time.
wonderful.
Yeah, and it's tricky for us because unfortunately a lot of the grants, people focus on the need for housing, the need for food, it's a basic necessity. But you don't really think about clothes unless you don't have it. There's every woman that goes in their closet, I have nothing to wear. But literally we have people in our community that don't have anything to wear. Or moms like hand washing her kids' clothes so they can wear it the next day again to go to school. You don't realize it. So that's why a lot of the grants we don't fit into some of the focus areas.
Yeah.
So we're not open to as much funding for grants as we would like to be. And most of our, our true cost, thank you to the community, we're able to get a lot of used clothing.
Absolutely.
But our main
So
expenses
really,
are
guys,
overhead.
you depend more of the community and the people who live in the county.
Correct.
To get all that.
Yeah.
What are the most need usually? I know you did say about coats. So when you said coats, are you talking children coats or also adults coats?
Women and children's coats we usually run out during the winter time. We're always in need of boys' clothes. So boys like 2 to 10 years old, we run out so quickly. We think that the boys are just wearing out their clothes more, so we don't get as many good donations of clothing for boys. Kids' shoes. We're always looking for brand new underwear for women and children is another one. And then the seasonal items, we try not to take it because we're running out of space. But during prom season, we're going to start in January. We'll start collecting prom dresses for the prom boutique.
Okay. Yeah. So where is your location for drop off, and what is the hours, and how can also, the listener and the audience can get involved with you guys?
So we are located in Sterling, Virginia, and our website is womengivingback.org, and we keep a calendar on our website of when we're open for donations. It varies just depending on our space and our inventory. But you can always see that we're at least open one Saturday a month to receive donations. And then to volunteer with us, same thing, visit our website. We try to make it very easy to sign up to volunteer. You can come individually or you can bring your own company. We have space to accommodate, 100 volunteers at one time. Wow. And so I promise, it's a very rewarding experience to volunteer. At Women Giving Back. It's very uplifting, and that it's our volunteers do everything from sorting the donations to creating the displays on the boutiques and the mannequins, to helping the clients pick out clothing, helping provide childcare assistance. We have a small little childcare area. Santa's workshop. They serve as Santa's helpers and elves, so they help the moms pick out toys and stuff. It's really fun. It's a really fun event.
Thank you, Nicole, for everything you do. We appreciate you and appreciate everyone, who work with you, the board, the volunteer, the staff, and everybody. I know it's a lot of work, but you are doing a great job in the community.
Well, we couldn't do it without the community and community members like you all.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate the support.
Yeah, we appreciate you today for coming. So thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Thank you.